In today's video, we're gonna make some Oreo cookie sticks. Let's get started. Hey peeps, what up? What's good? How y'all doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna welcome in a new series, which is our Christmas baking series. Obviously, Christmas is around the corner, and what better way to celebrate it than baking sweet treats? So in today's video, we're gonna make some Oreo cookie sticks. Let's get started and let me show you what you need for today's video. Our ingredients are some all-purpose flour, we have milk powder, we have evaporated milk, you can use whole milk, we have some powdered sugar, we have some Oreos we're going to crush later on, we have some vanilla, and we have some softened butter. And let's get started. Now, if you don't have Oreo at hand, which I know here in this part of the world here, it's quite difficult and quite expensive to get, you can substitute it for this biscuit. It's called McVitie's. This is the best substitute for any Oreo recipe, whatever you need. This is the best substitute, okay? Now, you're excited for this week's video, don't forget to give a thumbs up down below, also subscribe and join the family. Alright, this is an easy recipe that requires not much fuss to make, but it requires a lot of resting time. Alright, you can pre-make this and put it in the freezer till whenever you're ready to use it. Okay. And now it's time for us to crush our Oreos. This is a small batch, so we're not using much. You can double this recipe, you can triple it, depends on your own preference, and you can also add more sugar if you want. So I'm going to use 3 Oreos and I'm going to snack on one because yeah, I deserve that, okay? Now let's get started and let's begin crushing our Oreo. This will be a lot easier in a food processor or a masher or a rolling pin, anything basically, but I just use my wrist and it worked out fine, okay? Next for us to grab our butter. This is salted butter. I'm using salted butter. You can use unsalted butter if you want. You're going to add some powdered sugar. Now you can increase the quantity of your powdered sugar if you want the biscuit to be too sweet. I don't want that, okay? So you're going to whisk it till all is very combined, like it becomes very pale in color. It's time for us to add in our evaporated milk. Now the mixture here tends to separate because oil and water don't mix properly. I've been saying so much now. I forgot to mention that I'm going to add in some vanilla. Okay, I'm going to mix it. And once the mixture starts to break, don't fret, don't be afraid. Just keep mixing and it will come together. It's time for us to add in our flour. Wow, almost had a stroke there. And our milk powder. Alright? Now we're going to begin mixing till all is combined. You don't need to overwork the dough. You can ditch your whisk and go in with your spatula. It depends on you. Now it's time for us to add the fun ingredients, which is our Oreo. Look at how crushed and beautiful. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Even if you're using a whisk to crush some Oreos biscuit. Wow, that's funny. Now it's time for us to just fold in our Oreos. We're not mixing it too much. Just fold it till they come together. Okay? Not too much mixing. Well, I forgot to mention that you can customize this. You can add in some chopped up nuts and some M&M. It depends on you. Also some chocolate chips if you want. Now we're going to set our bowl to the side and we're going to grab our baking sheet. Now this is the point whereby we need to let our dough rest. And it's not advisable for you to let it rest inside the bowl because you have to pre-shape our dough, which we're going to do now. We're going to slap all our batter onto a baking sheet and we're going to flatten it the best we can because we're trying to keep it in a rectangular, rectangular, or is it square? It's rectangular shape. No, it's in a square shape. We're going to keep it in a square shape. I'm trying to keep it in a square shape. So when it's time for us to cut it out, it will be a lot easy. We're going to fold in our baking paper, tuck in our dough like a baby. Make sure you close this as tightly as possible. Now we're going to take our rolling pin and press down our dough to the ends of the paper so we get even shape across our baking paper, not where some parts will be bumpy and the rest will be flat. Refrigerate it overnight or till whenever you're ready to use it. It's been a couple of hours and our dough is ready to be used. Do not let this sit to defrost. You don't need it to defrost it. You need it cold as it is. Now we are going to take a clean, sharp knife and we're going to cut our dough to our desired length and size. If you notice, mine was a little bit soft because it sat for a while, which it shouldn't be. The dough is going to be sticky quite alright, but just bear with it. Okay? No, I decided to go with a shorter shape at first, but it looked a little bit weird. So I changed my mind and decided to go for a longer one, which you can cut yours to however you want it to be. Depends on you and your preference. Our baking sheet, which has been lined with the parchment paper, and lay our dough out. You're going to give about 1 or 2 centimeter distance apart from each dough. We bake at 160 degrees Celsius for about 20 to 25 minutes. The slower, the better. Yippee! Our biscuits are ready. Oh, finally. It took a while though, but here we are. This had my house smelling like a bakery. Okay? I could have left mine a little bit longer. You can leave yours if you want it to be crunchier, slower bake time, and a lot of baking time, if that makes sense. Yeah. And this tastes amazing. I'm so glad like I did not add more sugar because it's a perfect balance of sweet and crunchy. Oh, it's everything. I'm pretty sure kids will actually love this. Okay. So I took the couple that was left and I broke them into tiny bits because I want to store them. I can't really store them as long as they are because I don't have an actual container for them. But if you have a container for them, just store them as they are. I broke mine and I packaged it into a clean food safe nylon. You can do this in a Ziploc bag. You can saran wrap this. You can cling film wrap this, if that makes sense. You can wrap this in a cling film. Yeah. I gifted mine to a couple of people. You can package this and just give it to people because it's a season of giving, okay? And that concludes our video for this week. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below, subscribe, and join the family. Alright? Don't forget to breathe, eat, and live your best life. And I'll see you in my next video. Stay tuned for other Christmas baking recipes. Alright? Love y'all. Bye.